Debt. It's a word that carries both weight and silence. People avoid talking about it at dinner tables, whisper about it when bills arrive, and yet it's one of the most universal experiences of our time. Whether you live in the United States, Brazil, India, or anywhere else in the world, debt finds a way into lives. And while societies may have different systems, the underlying truths about debt remain the same everywhere. Today, we're going to talk about debt in a way that is clear, real, and practical, without complicated jargon and without sugarcoating. By the end of this, you will not only understand debt better, but you will also know how to make it work for you, or at least stop it from controlling you. Let's start with a fact. Not all debt is bad. That might sound surprising, but it's true. Debt, in its purest form, is simply borrowed money with the promise that you'll pay it back later, usually with interest. The problem isn't debt itself. The problem is how people use it. Think about fire. It can cook your food or burn your house down. Debt works the same way. When used wisely, it can open doors. When used recklessly, it destroys financial futures. One shocking truth about debt is that it grows silently. You don't notice it creeping up until suddenly you're drowning. This happens because of interest, which is the cost of borrowing money. Banks, credit card companies, and lenders all profit from your inability to pay quickly. If you borrow $100 at 20% interest and don't pay it back, next year you'll owe $120. If you keep delaying, it snowballs. People in every country experience this. And it's the #1 trap that turns a small problem into a financial disaster. The silence of debt is its most dangerous weapon. Here is something else you need to know. Credit cards are designed to keep you in debt. In the US, they market credit cards as rewards, points, cash back, or convenience. But underneath the shiny ads, they carry interest rates that can reach 20% or even 30%. That means if you buy a $1,000 television on credit and only pay the minimum, you could end up paying double the price over time. And guess what? This isn't just an American thing. Banks across the globe use the same strategy. Hook people with easy access to money, then keep them paying forever. But it's not just about credit cards. Student loans, mortgages, payday loans, and even family borrowing can create a cycle of debt. The shocking truth is this. Debt often outlives the moment you thought you needed it for. That new phone, that degree, that vacation, all temporary joys. But the debt lingers for years, and many people don't even realize how much it costs them until it's too late. Now let's talk about how to break free. First, you must understand that paying off debt is not just about money, it's about mindset. Debt thrives on denial. People avoid looking at their statements because they're afraid. The first step is to face the numbers. List every single debt you owe, no matter how small. This step alone transforms fear into control. Knowledge kills the monster under the bed. Next, prioritize. There are two proven strategies people use around the world, the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method means paying off your smallest debts first while making minimum payments on the rest. Each time you eliminate a debt, you gain momentum, like rolling a snowball down a hill. The avalanche method, on the other hand, focuses on paying off debts with the highest interest rate first. This saves you the most money in the long run. Both work, and the key is choosing the one that keeps you motivated. Another truth about debt is that it limits your freedom more than you realize. Debt is not just a number, it's a weight. It dictates where you can live, what jobs you can take, and even what dreams you can chase. Imagine wanting to start a small business but being tied to monthly debt payments. Imagine wanting to travel but knowing your credit card bill follows you everywhere. Debt is more than financial, it's emotional. And people around the world are shackled by it without even noticing how much it steals from their lives. So how do you avoid falling back into debt once you start climbing out? The answer is discipline. Create a budget and stick to it. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy life, but it does mean being intentional. A $5 coffee every day might seem harmless, but that's $150 a month, money that could go to reducing debt. Across every culture, small habits either create freedom or chains. The shocking truth is that most debt comes from little choices made repeatedly, not just big ones. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Many people are ashamed of debt, and that shame keeps them stuck. They think they're alone. But debt is universal. From young adults just starting out to older workers nearing retirement, people everywhere are battling it. The difference between those who escape and those who stay trapped is honesty. Being honest with yourself and sometimes with loved ones about the reality of your debt can open doors to support, advice, and solutions you didn't know existed. It's also important to understand that debt can be managed strategically. Not all debt has to be paid off immediately if it is low interest and used to build wealth. For example, a mortgage on a house that increases in value over time can be considered good debt. Similarly, taking a loan to invest in a profitable small business can also make sense. The shocking truth here is that debt isn't one size fits all. It's a tool, and like any tool, its impact depends on the hands that use it. But here's the bottom line. Debt is not your friend. Even so-called good debt comes with risks. If you lose your job, face unexpected expenses, or the economy shifts, debt doesn't wait. It demands to be paid. And if you don't control it, it controls you. As we wrap this up, remember this. Debt is powerful, but you are more powerful. The shocking truth about debt is not just how dangerous it can be, but also how possible it is to escape it. Every person, no matter their income or where they live, can take steps today to reduce, manage, and eventually eliminate debt. Start small, be consistent, and refuse to let debt define your life. If you found this message valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button to keep learning practical ways to take control of your money. Give this video a like to support the channel, and leave a comment sharing your own story with debt, because your voice could inspire someone else to take the first step toward freedom. Let's build a community where money serves us, not the other way around.